Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening show for today. And well, we are looking at two matches. One is the match, the first day's play in the second test between South Africa and New Zealand, where New Zealand had a dramatic collapse where they lost 5 wickets for no runs. In fact, they were sitting pretty at 131, and after that, when Ross Taylor and Brandon McCullum was the crease, but after that, Dale Steyn and Brendan Philander just ripped through the New Zealand batting order and reduced them to a shambles as they were all out for 185. And South Africa too struggled, losing 2 wickets. And at the end of the day, they had 2 wickets down for 27, 163 more to probably take the lead over New Zealand. Now that's one match I'll be look at. This was played at Seddon Park in Hamilton, the second test match. But the latest news that we have is that the Asia Cup 2012, Pakistan actually got their second consecutive victory in the Asia Cup 2012 by actually winning the match again very comfortably against Sri Lanka by 6 wickets. It was a very good win. And also, one more thing that Pakistan did here was picked up a bonus point, which augurs very well for them to get into the finals of the Asia Cup 2012. So let us start off the New Zealand South Africa second test match at Seddon Park in Hamilton, where it was the first day of the second test match at Hamilton between New Zealand and South Africa. Just talking about that, it was the South Africans who actually won the toss and invited New Zealand to bat. Well, New Zealand openers, Rob Nichol and Martin Guptill. Well, this was a pitch. Let me tell you, the pitch was very, very easy to bat. It was not much of any problem. The pitch was looking easy, but Rob Nichol and Martin Guptill again couldn't get a good start. Rob Nichol was kept quiet by Vernon Philander. Was given a testing time by Vernon Philander by tempting him outside his off stump. But Rob Nichol just really resisted the urge. But then Rob Nichol was the first to go as he was gone. This time, a ball which was pitched outside the off stump of Vernon Philander was swinging further away. Rob Nichol had an edge onto it. Mark Boucher held the catch. Rob Nichol was walking for two. And that was the first wicket to go, 11 for 1. After that, Martin Guptill and Brendan McCullum at the crease. Martin Guptill was the next to go, castled, clean bowl by Dale Steyn for 22 with 4 fours. He hit some very good boundaries. And then it was the stabilizing stage for New Zealand, where Ross Taylor and Brendan McCullum actually stabilized the innings and slowly gathered pace. There were some rain interruptions in the middle. The play couldn't go on the whole hog. In fact, after lunch, play was interrupted. After tea, the play started, where Brendan McCullum and Ross Taylor took the time. Brendan McCullum was very, very good with his pull shots. He really played some very, very marvelous pull shots. He also hit one very good six of the bowling. I think it was of, I'm just trying to see, I think it was Mon Markel who was sent over the wickets by Brendan McCullum, and this was a very good partnership which had yielded almost coming to a 100 partnership, and both were doing very well. They were 133 well placed. Ross Taylor on the other hand was also playing his strokes, and Brendan McCullum reached his 50 in a flourish by hitting a six, and then with absolute disdain dismissed Mon Markel to the fence. Just slashed him through the line, and he made 61. Well, and this is the time, it was a turning point for New Zealand on the first day, where Brendan McCullum and Ross Taylor partnership was very looking good and looked like New Zealand was slowly approaching towards a position of respectability. But everything was over in that over when Dale Steyn came and picked up Brendan McCullum's wicket. Brendan McCullum was given a testing time by Dale Steyn. He was served some lot of short stuff where Brendan McCullum really couldn't really connect, and he really resisted. But Brendan McCullum initially got sucked in as Dale Steyn bounced one at Brendan McCullum. Brendan McCullum got a top edge. Jack Rudolph held the catch, and he was gone for a very good 61 with 6 fours and 1 6. And after that, this is the time with the score on 133 for 2 when New Zealand lost Brendan McCullum. It became 33 for 3, and it soon became 133 for 4. So this was the period when 5 wickets were taken by South Africa, conceding no run. The next to go was Ross Taylor himself. He was gone. This time it was Vernon Philander who got him caught by Graham Smith for 44 with 6 boundaries. The next to fall was Kane Williamson, got a snorter from Dale Steyn, and Kane Williamson was held, holding his bat like a periscope, and Graham Smith held the catch. He was gone for a blob. Daniel Vettori followed him to the pavilion, clean bowled by Vernon Philander for a duck. Kruger Van Wyk offered some resistance by actually making 21 with 3 boundaries. Other than that, Doug Bracewell was consumed by Vernon Philander. He was caught behind for a duck. And Mark Gillespie swung his bat around with 27 of 20 balls brief cameo, 3 fours and 2 6, becoming a victim for Imran Tahir. And Imran Tahir also cleaned up Brent Arnold to take him LBW for 3. And I think New Zealand from a position of strength at 133 for 2 when Ross Taylor and Brendan McCallum were at the crease, succumbed to 185 all out. Chris Martin was not out or not. That was the story as far as the New Zealand innings went. 185 all out. The bowling figures: Dale Steyn, 18 overs, 5 maidens, 49 runs and 3 wickets, bowled superbly. Vernon Philander mesmerized the batsman, I would say. 15 overs, 3 maidens, 70 runs and 4 wickets. Jack Scalise, none for 9. Mon Morkel at 140. Imran Tahir chipped in with 2 for 12. As far as South Africa were concerned, they didn't have it any better as Graham Smith and Elroy Peterson opened the innings, but with the score on 14, Graham Smith was consumed by Chris Martin. Chris Martin got the ball to swing away. Kruger Van Wyk picked up his first wicket. In fact, his first catch behind the stumps after making his debut in the previous test. This was his second test. He was gone for 13 of 16 balls with 1 4. A night watchman, Dale Steyn, was sent in, but it was of no avail as Dale Steyn was consumed by Chris Martin once again. The same combination of Kruger Van Wyk and Chris Martin getting rid of Dale Steyn for 4. So the night watchman experiment had failed. 18 for 2 for South Africa, and finally they went into stumps with Elroy Peterson batting on 8 with 1 4 and Hashim Amla batting on 2, and they finished at 27 for 2 at close on the first day of the first day of the second test here at Seddon Park in Hamilton. The Hornets going Chris Martin, 5 overs, 2 minutes, 18 runs and 2 wickets. So that was as far as this particular match was concerned. So South Africa 27 for 2 at close of play, trailing by 158 runs. Now I'm going to take you down to the match which has happened in the Asia Cup 2012. Today was the second match, as I said. Pakistan picking up a bonus point and winning the match by 6 wickets in a very comfortable way. Well, for Sri Lanka were the ones who actually batted first. In fact, they won the toss. They elected to bat here at the Sher-e-Bangla National Stadium in Mirpur. And Sri Lanka, let me tell you, they started off like a train, I would say, because Mahela Jayawardene and Dilshan were very aggressive right from the word go. And Aizaz Chima was the man who was suffering because Dilshan was hitting some sweetly timed drives. He was pulling well. Jayawardene was really carving the ball very well and also picking up some very quick singles. But it was Aizaz Chima who was bearing the brunt of it. And that was the first wicket to go, was Mahela Jayawardene, was gone for 12. Now this is the time when Aizaz Chima came in strong and really struck some very good blows. He actually dismissed both the openers. First he had Mahela Jayawardene caught by Mohammad Hafiz for 12 or 15 balls with 1 4. And Tilakatne Dilshan tried to hit a ball which was a quicker delivery, and it was bounced by Aizaz Chima, got the top edge. Saeed Ajmal held the catch. He was gone for 20 balls with 4 4. So it was a good start there. 43 for 2 when Dilshan departed. After that, Sangakkara and Chandimal joined, but as I said, Umar Gul came in and dismissed Chandimal, who was caught brilliantly by Yunus Khan for a duck, and Thirumane followed him to the pavilion, and Hamad Azam got his wicket as Thirumane was caught by Umar Akmal for 7. After that, 4 wickets were down for 65, and it required a repair job, and the repair job was done by Kumar Sangakkara, playing some very good strokes and also playing with a lot of responsibility. At the other end, Upul Taranga was also doing very well, and both were really doing well to actually take the score on to 161. So they acted 94 runs, probably we can say in 21 overs, and they were doing well, and things were going pretty well for Sri Lanka at that stage. But that was the time when Taranga left. Taranga was, I would say, absolutely bamboozled by Saeed Ajmal. He couldn't read a ball from Saeed Ajmal. We went in straight and hit the stumps. He was clean bowled by Saeed Ajmal for 57 of 74 balls with 4 fours. And Maroof couldn't contribute. Ajmal was in fact, Aizaz Chima picked up all those vital wickets. He picked up Javadene's wicket. He picked up Dilshan's wicket. He also cleaned up Kumar Sangakkara. That was a very vital blow as Kumar Sangakkara went on a wild switch to Aizaz Chima. He was castled for 71 of 92 balls, 4 for 1 6. He was the highest scorer. Maroof was gone for 2. Saeed Ajmal was bowling splendidly. His figures don't reflect it. 8.4 overs, 1 maiden, 27 runs and 3 wickets, and he showed why he's a world-class bowler, because the batsmen, none of the batsmen are really able to pick up his dusra. They don't know which is the one which is going to straight, and let me tell you, he's a world-class bowler. He bowled splendidly. He mesmerized the Sri Lankan batsmen. Maroof was gone. Caught Misbah-ul-Haq bowled Saeed Ajmal for 2. Kulashekara was dismissed by Umar Gul, as was caught by Sarfraz Ahmed behind the wickets for 4. Sekuge Prasanna was there, not out on 5, and then the tail was cleaned up. Aizaz Chima came in and rattled Lasit Malinga stumps for one. Lakmal was gone to Saeed Ajmal for a duck. It was all over for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka had were 188 all out after batting first. Umar Gul 2 for 20. Isas Tuma 9 overs no maidens 4 for 43. Came back hard after getting initially being hit by Jayawardene and Dilshan. Then came back hard and picked up all those 4 vital wickets of Jayawardene, Dilshan. He dismissed Sangakkara, and he also had, in the end, he also had the wicket of Lasit Malinga to show. So none for 40 for Mohammad Hafiz. Hamad Azam 1 for 21. Saeed Ajmal, as I said, bowled brilliantly 3 for 27. Afridi 6 overs no maiden, none for 32. I thought that Afridi was a bit off colour today. He couldn't really get into the right lines. As far as Pakistan were concerned, they were into real trouble, I would say, because they were reduced to 33 for 3 by the bowling of Suranga Lakmal and Sekugye Prasanna, as it was Lakmal who struck the blows there, first picking up the wicket of Nasir Jamshed, who was caught by Taranga of the bowling of Lakmal for 18 of 25 balls with 3 fours. That was the first wicket to go, and that was Pakistan chasing 188, which was a paltry score according to me, in 50 overs. And Mohammad Hafiz succumbed to Prasanna when he actually poked a catch to point. Chandimal took the catch of the bowling of the right arm leggy Sekugye Prasanna. He was out for 11 of 35 balls with 1 4. And when Yunis Khan left, caught by Maroof, skying one of the bowling of Lakmal for 2, it looked like Sri Lanka were really fighting back, because they reduced Pakistan to 33 for 3. But after that, there was nothing that Sri Lanka could do. Some fielding I thought was a bit ragged there, because what happened was, initially the fielding was perked up, the bowling was superb, they're bowling the right lines, but once Misbah ul Haq and Umar Akmal joined together, it was all blunted with, in fact, Umar Akmal hitting 3 fours in an over of Malinga, and both of them settled down, and after that they really took a good toll, a heavy toll of the Sri Lankan bowlers, with Umar Akmal and Misbah ul Haq being severe on Sekugye Prasanna by hitting him out of the attack. In fact, Umar Akmal hit a beautiful, coming on the front foot, he hit a 6 on the onside. Misbah ul Haq hit a 6 which was on his in his batting half. He just picked it and just deposited him over the long on boundary for a sec, and both of them had taken the score on to 185, and almost they had almost done the job for Pakistan there. But Umar Akmal then left, caught by Taranga, the bowling of Maroof for 77 of 72 balls, 7 fours and 2 sixes. But it was a wonderful knock from Umar Akmal after quite a long time. That will give him a lot of confidence going into the next match against India. Misbah ul Haq was not out on 72 when the victory came of 93 balls with 9 fours and 1 6. Hamad Azam was not out on 4 with a solitary boundary. 189 for 4. Pakistan walking home, I would say, a walk in the park victory there for Pakistan, and taking a bonus point, which is the good part of it. Malinga, none for 44 for 8 overs and 1 maiden. Kulashekara, 7 overs, 2 maidens, none for 22, bowled well, but was surprised that Kulashekara was not used by Jayawardene at the end stages. It was a surprise. Lakmal 8 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 37, bowled well. Sekugye Prasanna was costly, 7.5 overs, 1 maiden, 149. Maroof 7 overs, no maiden, 1 for 23, and Dilshan 2 overs, no maiden, none for 13. So today we have the match coming up between India and Bangladesh. So that is another match which is coming up today. Other than that, nothing else to share, dear cricket fans, friends and subscribers. Your host Ram signing off for the day. Thank you.